Welcome to this important lecture of Python programming. This is an important lecture of sequential loops which are used to control the flow of program in Python. So in this case, we are going to discuss about nested loop, which is an important part of loop structure, and usually it's ignored, but it should be clear to us if we want to be expert in Python programming. So what is nested loop? Nested loop means that whenever a loop is used inside another loop, then this type of loop is called nested loop. In case of nested loop, a loop is used inside another loop, and this is called nested loop. Here is the syntax. Nested loop can be of any type. If we have a for loop inside another for loop, then it is called nested for loop. Similarly, if we have a while loop inside another while loop, then it is called nested while loop. Similarly, we can have a for loop and an inside while loop, and similarly we can have a for loop inside and a while loop. So these are different forms of nested loop. Nested means we are going to use a loop in another loop, so which is nested loop. So it have multiple expressions because one common form of this expression can be that we are using a for loop inside another for loop. Second form can be that we are using a while loop inside another while loop. Similarly, third possibility can be that we are using a while loop inside a for loop, and fourth possibility can be that we are using a for loop inside a while loop. So these are different forms in which nested loop can be used. In any of these forms, if we are going to perform this programming, then this is the method. So we have already discussed that how to perform the nested loop example. For example, we are going to deal this nested loop in such a way that we are asked to assign a number in such a way that we are given a task in which first we will enter the limit of weeks. That, let's suppose we set the weeks as 3, then we will show the days of each week in sequence. First, week 1 will have days, second, week 2 will have days, and third, week 3 will have days. So this is how the nested loop works. What will we do in this code? We will define two loops. First loop will control the weeks. Let's suppose we use outer loop that can be while or for. So outer loop will control the weeks and inner loop will control the days. So in this way we will use two loops, a loop within another loop in which an outer loop will control the weeks and inner loop will control the days. So let me do this example here. What will we do? We will enter the number of weeks and display the days in each week. So we can define here a list which is called days, and here the 7 days are already given. We will input the number of weeks and we will use first for loop to show the weeks, and then what will we do? We will use another for loop to show the days. Let me do this with our Python code on our PyCharm software. This is a Python software, a specific integrated developing environment which is also known as PyCharm. First of all, we will ask the user to enter the number of weeks. Okay, the weeks limit can be of any type. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. Next we will define here a list. We will define here list because the days are fixed. These are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, similarly Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. So these are fixed number of days within a week. Okay, what will we do? We will define here a variable for a in range. This is the way to define the for loop. First we will use this keyword for, then we will use this keyword in range. First we will set the starting value, okay, 1, and then we will increase it till a plus 1. As I have already mentioned, if we do not set this limit and we simply use a, then it will start from 0 index to the a minus 1. But I want to start it from a, from 1. That is why I have initialized this value as 1, and I will keep on going it till a plus 1, which is in fact a. Okay. uh, what will I do? I will simply print here the week equal, and I will print here the value which is 1, 2 and 3, so on. In this case I will use another variable for b in range of days, and what will I do? I will print here the value of days and print day. Okay, so what will I do? I will print here b value. In this case, let me run this code. First of all, we can see here is a little syntax error, which is for b in range of days. Okay, let me check it from here. I will not set here range because I am not going to set the starting and final value. It will be only used when we are going to set the final initial value. In case of list, we are not going to use the word range. Okay, I will set here the limits to. As soon as set here the limit to, you can see here first of all week 1 is displayed with some number of days, and then week 2 has been displayed with its required number of days. So in this way this loop is executed. What happens here, in fact, here are two variables. One variable is used to control the weeks, that is outer for loop, and there is another variable which is used to control the days, that is inner for loop. So in this way for loop works, and this is nested for because we are going to use nested for loop within another loop. So this is how does it work, and I have already displayed it. So here is another program. In this case we are going to enter the number of weeks, and as soon as we enter the number of weeks, the days of each week are displayed in such a way. Okay, anyhow, we have already performed this code. Here is another program in which we are going to show this pattern on the screen: 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. What will we do? We will enter the limit. We will enter the limit by the user. The user will enter a limit. Let's suppose he entered 5. So it means we will use 5 rows. So what will we do? We will use here for loop, and each time we use for loop, first loop will control the rows, that up to which value we should keep on executing this value, and next loop will control the entry in each row. It will display 1, 1, 1, it will display 2, 2, 2, it will display 3, 3, 3 within the same row each time, and in this way nested loop work. So what will we do? We can perform this code with a simple example. First of all, we are going to perform this calculation. First, we will set the variable here, enter the rows limit. Next, what will I do? I will use here for I in range of a plus 1. Okay, I will set here the range of I. This variable is used for rows control, and this is outer loop. So I will define here another variable for j in range of. So I'm going to write here for j in range of I, and what will I do? I will print here the variable I each time, but it will be printed in such a way that we can see here it should be printed in the same line, and to print it in the same line we use and equal sign, and in this way there will be a small space, and in this case this program will be completed, and at the end it will be executed each time in the next line. So let me run this code here. I will run it here. and the small syntax error is given, which is for j in range of I will use the bracket here whenever I am going to use the keyword range, then I must use brackets. Let me run it again and check whether it has been correct or not. I will set the limit to, and I can see here it has been displayed 1 2 2. Similarly, I run it again, and if I set the limit as 4, then I have seen it here, the sequence is shown. So in this way, two loops are used. One loop is used to control the rows, and inner loop is used to control the entry in each row. Okay, and this print bracket are used to move to the new line. So in this way this code will work, and it is simple and quite easy. This is the syntax of nested loop. Hopefully it has been clear to you. If you have any question, then you can ask or leave your valuable feedback in the form of comments. Thank you so much. That was all for this video. Thank you.